if I can get them answered as we go. Otherwise, we're going to have a Q&A at the end where you guys will be able to ask questions about the stuff we're going to unveil today, but then also anything in the software that you guys do have questions about, we can also try and answer those as well. So without any further ado, Andrew, take it over.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to give just another minute or two just to let people funnel in as necessary, and then we'll kind of get started. Like Kristen said, we'll have Q&A afterwards, whether that's on the new features or anything in the system. And there'll also be a recording. So in the case where your team can't join, we will be able to send that over to you guys so that way they can go through and see everything as well.
Hi guys, for those of you that just popped in, we're just giving everyone a few more minutes to enter the webinar and then we'll get started. All right, Andrew, I think we've got the last of the people that are joining in, and then if anyone pops in late, I'll make sure to let them in. Oh, I spoke too soon. There goes another one.
Yeah, all good.
You're
all right.
good.
Then we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining us today. We're going to go over the new product page that we have stored for you guys. We kind of wanted to revamp what was already there, give you guys some new features, a new look, things like that to kind of freshen up the application, as well as start to advance the product page into a lot more features that you guys will get over time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll get started in actually showing you what is new. All right. This is the new product page or the new view. Some of you may have already seen this from doing some of the beta testing for us, but as of September 1st, this will be rolling out as the new product page. Of course, we're looking at the desktop view, but if we go ahead and kind of switch this over to see what the mobile view will be. The mobile view will be pretty much the same, just slightly laid out differently. All right, but with that, couple new things to note. You're still going to see your price up here. One thing that we will show you guys is specifically pointing out promo pricing when that is available. You guys will be able to see a note here as well, just showing, hey, you have promo pricing through this date if you get that from any of your B2B vendors. In addition to that, if you have, in the case where we have multiple basis codes, so if you have cut cost versus roll cost and things like that, we're actually going to show another drop down just to kind of clean up this list. Right now, you see every single listing, and that drop down gets so long over time, and we want to be able to clean that up a little bit for you guys. So again, you'll be able to see the specific basis code. In this case, it's just your regular cut cost. but you'll only see the options that we have supplied for that. Okay. Along with that, you'll notice a few other sections down here at the bottom. We do now have collections showing. You'll be able to toggle those on or off depending on what you want. If you have other options within the collection, you will see those here. And along with that, you will also be able to see related products now. We wanted to give an easy way to show the products from that specific distributor and manufacturer in order to quickly go over to other products you might have in the store. Or maybe there's something that isn't on display out in the showroom that you want to quickly still be able to navigate to bring it up as an option for your customers. So we wanted to give a quick way to give some of those products there quickly so you can just get over to it instead of having to try to find it through a scan or through the product search specifically. And our last new section is going to be over here on the product specs. So as this data comes in through B2B, or if you're bringing it over from an ERP system, we will show those product specs here. So if your customers need to see the wear layer, the weight, thickness, sizing, any of that stuff, that will be shown here. So that way, again, we want to give more details to the customers. We want to make everything very, very transparent for them and for you guys, so you know exactly what you're looking at. You know all of the details about this product, and everything is all ready to go. All right, I am going to make a little switch here just so we can show off some of these new features. So a couple new things. We're going to switch on the show all style sizes on one page. The description really just means, if we go back and we reload this page, we're going to see that now instead of the collections section here, you're actually going to see the different sizes listed in the drop down up here instead. So again, instead of having multiple scan codes for different sizes, especially in instances like tile, you can have all of that on one scan page and be able to switch through those specifically. So if you want to look at a different size and see what different colors and options we have available for that size, this is what you'd be able to do very, very quickly without needing to, again, scan another QR code or try to find it through the product search. Your sizes will be there for you to jump between. And then going back to our settings page again, there's one more over here that we have new that some people have been asking for. We'll reload this page one more time. So in the case where, you probably have customers that come in, they scan a QR code and they see a price listed right away, and they think that is the price for every single option for that product. That is not always necessarily the case though. And unless they actually go and click on a specific color option, they're never going to know that it is a different price. So in the case where you want to maybe not show a price right away, and you want to make sure they actually click on the option that they're looking for, we have that last toggle where you can do that. It will show that there's no option selected. They can go down to the color option. And as soon as they click on that, we'll show the price for that specific color option. And we will not show a price until they choose that. Again, just to make sure that they know exactly the price for that color option, and that there's no misunderstandings as they scan onto a page. Other features on this page that from before, your checkouts, your likes, all of that stuff is going to remain exactly the same. The other really big change is going to be this button down here in the bottom right. Your customers are still going to see a button that says scan QR, and I'll also go ahead and make this bigger too. Your customers are going to see a button that says scan QR, just like it is now. But for you guys internally, you're going to see a tools button here instead. Before, we had a bunch of different tools and buttons on the page for you guys internally that we didn't necessarily need to show on the page. And we wanted to kind of bring those over to one specific section. That way, you know exactly where they're going to be, and it's easy to navigate. So for your internal sales team, you would click on the tools button. You still have a scan QR button ready to go for you guys internally. So that way, again, you don't have to go over to the camera app and jump back and forth between your camera app and the browser. So you can still use the scan QR button here. All the other functions are still going to be here. So your edit, product stats, your find or create lead, and your add to print queue. That will all be here instead. And then this final button down here, another thing that we had a lot of people request was the ability to hide that internal view and just be able to show a customer view to your customers when you're working with them. Because of course, you don't want your customers to see the cost on the page if you show them your phone or anything like that. So we have now is you can click on this show retail customer view, and it will switch that over. It will hide all the details that you don't want your customers to see. So there will be no cost listing over here. There won't be a manufacturer listing anymore. And again, we had that last toggle turned on. So they'll have to still select a price in order to see it. But you'll be able to show your customer this view. And so that way they don't see any internal information. They'll only see what they would be seeing if they had a QR code that they scanned on their phone. To get back, you just go back to tools again, go to show internal view, and then we're back to where we were originally. So you can see the manufacturer. If you have the ability to, you can also see the cost and things of that nature. And then last but not least, another thing that got a little bit of upgrade was our calculate room size. So instead we've changed that so it's just an estimated quantity. So if someone goes through and they want to specifically, type that in and get a quick estimate of what that cost will be, we will still show this all the same. The only difference now is if you do have selling units available for this product, it will let them know what has been rounded up to, and it will let them know, hey, that's in square foot. It's been rounded up to the nearest 16 square feet because that's what it's sold in units of, and it will give them that rounded price as well. Okay. Other than that, a couple other things. In the case of call for price or discontinued, we will show that a little bit better now. So that way they will know, hey, this is discontinued. This does not have any costs associated with it right now or anything of that nature. So we will show that. We will also let them know when that was discontinued, especially for you guys internally. So you can know, oh, hey, this was discontinued a couple days ago. That's why we're just now seeing this. So again, giving more transparency to you guys, to your customers. That way everyone is aligned and it's a lot easier to focus on just selling and not worrying so much about dealing with the data or anything on the page specifically. And then we'll try over one more time. The other thing is going to be your call for price. I know we've had a couple scenarios in the past where it has, because of rounding and things like that, it does not necessarily show call for price. We wanted to make sure that we went through, revamp the whole thing, and ensure that it actually does show that if you have a retail price override 0, or again, your cost comes in at 0. We are going to show that call for price now. Again, we're going to make it right there nice and big for everybody to see as well. So that way there won't be any issues as far as processing goes for it to say that. Again, it's in the case where your retail price overrides coming over from like RFMS or Q floors is set to 0, or your cost comes in at 0. This does happen, but again, it'll show call for price now. And if that is not supposed to be the case, again, it opens up that conversation of, okay, maybe the vendor sent us a 0 cost, or maybe we exported something wrong from our ERP and imported into the system incorrectly. Again, it's all rolling and gives you guys the ability to have transparency and be able to fix those pretty quickly. Besides for that, I mean, that was all the new main features that we have for the product page. Again, we wanted to give it a quick overhaul as far as the look goes, and give you guys the ability to do different things with it, kind of simplify the process of scanning QR codes, especially with size, things of that nature. And we wanted to just give the ability to start adding on features a lot faster for you guys, so you guys get new things very quickly, and we can have more of these meetings and webinars with a lot longer list of new features for you guys. Again, this will be officially launching on September 1st. So as of September 1st, everyone will see this new product page instead. A couple other things that we kind of want to tease in a sense for the future. We are in the pipeline right now. We do plan on getting a feature out there for better cost adjustments for you guys. So again, if you have custom calculations and things like that that you want to be able to put on your system or be able to quickly change it to, let's say, add a sales price, if you guys are having internal sales and things like that, we're trying to get a feature out there. That way you can do that very quickly and very easily, and also see how that price is calculated in real time, just in case something shows up incorrectly or things of that nature. Along with that, another thing that has been pretty requested lately is also QR codes, doing custom sizes, and also being able to print off an actual price tag instead of a QR code. That is another thing that we do have in the pipeline. I don't have a current estimate on it, but again, we'll give you the ability to be able to scan different size of QR codes, potentially different colors, and then as well as printing off an actual price tag for specific things. Let's say you have a sale and you want to mark those with the sale price, you would be able to show that price there instead of printing off a QR code. So those are a couple things that we have in the pipeline and we're really excited about. And yeah, at this point, I'll kind of open up for Q&A. If you guys have any questions about everything, let me know.
Yeah. Also, Andrew, if you don't mind, can you get that QR code right there in the middle? If you guys want to take a second and scan that QR code in the middle with your phone that you've got with you now, you can scan this and it should show you exactly what your customers are going to be seeing, so you guys can kind of navigate it a little bit. This is, of course, with the combination of settings that Andrew has set right now. You guys will have some control over how you want that to be. It will default. Andrew, can you talk about what it's going to default to and then what they would need to request if they want a change?
Yeah, sure. So again, everyone is going to default to this overall product page. Where you would go to set the settings is, of course, on the settings page itself. Where you currently have product page settings, you will see these bottom three show up after September 1st. So again, if you want to show the collection, you can do so. If you want to require that initial option selection, of course, we don't show the price until it's selected. You can turn that on or off. And then finally, in those cases where there are multiple sizes for the same style, you can turn it on so that way they all show up under the same QR code. If you already have QR codes out there for all of the different sizes, that is totally fine. It will still show all of them on the same page if you scan any of those. All that's going to happen is it's going to default to that specific size when you scan.
And kind of like piggybacking off what Andrew's talking about right there, what we wanted you guys to be able to do is, especially with those tile sample boards, be able to get those highlights with QR codes. And then if your salesperson's sitting there working with a customer and the customer asks about the curve or asks about the pencil liner and you don't have a QR code out there, you guys don't have to go look up the product in the system. You'll be able to look at that kind of additional sizes, additional collection pieces at the bottom, and those should pop up. That's what we're trying to achieve with that. So you guys can have more of a cleaner, crisper look with the QR codes on boards, sample boards that have multiple sizes. So hopefully this will help clean some of that up. I know that's been a big request since, I don't know, for like the last 6 years. So we're happy to finally roll out an option with that. And then we did want to open this up. Andrew, would you mind just going back to that QR code page so they can scan it if they didn't get to scan it earlier? So guys, if you'd like to scan anything to see this, to kind of get an idea about what these will look like for your customer base. Again, you can adjust those collection sizes, things like that, so that it does meet, your store's requirements for that. But everybody is going to be on this new scan page starting the 1st of September. Does anybody have any questions about the scan page, anything like that we can answer while we're on here? And then from there, if you guys have any questions about the software in general that you've been, kind of burning to ask, this is your chance. I don't see anyone put anything in the chat. Okay, well, it looks like we don't have any questions, Andrew, so we can kind of close it up here.
All right.
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys, yeah, if you guys do have any questions or any troubleshooting like during the switchover, feel free to reach out. Of course, Andrew will show you to remind you how you guys can access our help. Oh, thank you, Jaden. Oh, somebody does have a question, but there's not a name available. So let me go ahead and get that question out. Andrew, while we're getting that question typed, could you show them how to get to the help section?
Yeah,
as a quick reminder.
Yeah. So of course, in all cases, you go up to your name in the top right.
Who? Pesky. Oh, how weird. I'm the one typing. Hold on.
And you go to the help section. We do have instructional videos here. We are working on revamping these. But as always, we say if there's something that looks a little bit older, the button you click on or anything like that is still going to remain the same, the actual process itself, even though it does have a different look. But of course, we are working on revamping these, so you guys will see all new videos here soon enough.
Okay. And then of course at the bottom is our IT support where you guys can call or email us and let us know, our support team, what you've got. The question that we have is, I have a price that is correct on the showroom pricing, but not on the QR code. Okay. We're going to have to probably dive into that one, Misty, because I'd have to get the example. Let's see. Rick says, we'll be able to enact these additional functions after 9/1. Rick, yes. 9/1 is when we're going to swap over everybody's software. So everybody will be on the newer version of the scan, and then you guys will be able to turn all of those functions on and off however you guys want to use them.
Yep. And again, those toggles will be on the settings page and then directly underneath the product page settings. So again, you'll see these last three pop up and be able to turn those on or off at will.
Awesome. Okay, Missy, follow back up with that if you don't mind, and get us, shoot us an email with a product that you're talking about. We'll look into it and make sure that we can figure out what's going on for you. And if nobody else has any questions, guys, I want to thank you so much for being either new or continued clients of ours. We love working with you guys. We love being able to bring out, updates to the software. And if you guys have requests, please don't hesitate. I know you guys are good about asking for things. I mean that in the best way possible. So if you guys have some other requests that you want to see the software be able to do, please don't hesitate to reach out to Andrew or myself, or even the support team. If you give it to them, they'll give it to us. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday weekend. We look forward to everybody being on the new software September 1st. Guys, thank you. All right.
Thank you all.